Manchester United 2-0 winners against Everton yesterday, but Marcus Rashford goes off injured late, and here's what Erik Ten Hag had to say about it. Quote, "Some things you can't avoid, but it was avoidable. Why is the Premier League giving us the late Sunday night game last week against Newcastle and giving us the early Saturday game? I think it's not right." Stevie, does he have a point?
I don't understand. What's not right about it?
Yeah, like I would have expected the complaint to be like, oh, we played Thursday and Saturday or Wednesday and Saturday. He's talking about a whole week.
Yeah, I don't understand what's not right. Well, you want to pick and choose what time of day you play now?
And would that have kept Rashford's groin, which is apparently what was injured, healthy?
How about you bring in some more players? And then you don't have to play your players all the time.
To that point.
That's nonsense. You know what? I'm sorry. It's just a surprise, surprise. Another new manager to the Premier League complains about the schedule. I told you before, go back to Holland then, or go to Italy, or go somewhere else where you can play on a Friday and so you're ready for the following Wednesday in Europe and all that sort of stuff. That's what you need to do. Stop complaining about stuff that everybody else has to deal with. Some reason you think you shouldn't have to deal with it? No. Tell you what, go somewhere else and manage that.
Okay, Stevie, but I get your point. But here's the thing. It's not even a Saturday to Wednesday. It's not a Sunday to Wednesday situation. It's a whole week.
I know.
It's a whole week.
I know.
There is no room for argument here for Erik Ten Hag. There is nothing that you can present as evidence says, this is why Marcus Rashford got injured, because we play 1 week apart. What? As a player, you would love to have a week between games.
Yes,
that rarely happens.
Right?
Yes.
Actually, speaking of evidence, if there's evidence, it's against Ten Hag. Yeah. 49 games, Marcus Rashford, Frank, has played in 47 of them. So if anybody needs to give Rashford a break, it's not the Premier League, it's Erik Ten Hag, isn't it?
Exactly, and that's the point. I think the guy doesn't want to take responsibility for his decisions and don't want to blame something else or somebody else because of his mistakes. Rest a little bit, Rashford, and it will be fine. And as the guy said, it's been a week, almost a week between the two games. And you are Manchester United. You should have enough players, almost two teams in your squad to rotate and to rest Marcus Rashford. Yes, the guy is important, but he's not important every game because otherwise he's not gonna last long. And that's exactly what you say, Seb. It's Erik Ten Hag's fault.
And if you have any doubt whatsoever, you're in communication. Nowadays, managers are in communication with their fitness team time and time again. They have pre-practice meetings. They know who's in. They know who's out. They know who's in the green zone. They know who's in the red zone. All this nonsense, right? Okay, and who's available. No, look, he's got a knock. He can't quite go. If you have any doubt, then sit him, right? Either sit him in the game or sit him for training. Have do the slow jog with the running shoes around the field. Then you go with the fitness guy, you go for a slow jog, a stretch here, go ice, go massage, go take care of your body. That's part of managing as well. And don't tell me that you don't have enough information available. If anything, they have too much information available nowadays. There is no excuse.
If only they had somebody worth 100 mil that they could put on instead of Rashford.
What? Do they?
Oh, Sancho. Anthony on the other.
So we should point out, we don't know the length of this injury, but if it is worst case scenario and he's out the rest of the season, could that be the difference between them finishing top four and not?
100%. Who else? Who else, if you're Man United, can you and have you relied on to score goals to get them into the position they're in right now? The answer to that question is Marcus Rashford.
Well, or that guy.
That guy. Because after that, there's not one.
He's a new guy.
There isn't an answer. There isn't another player that you're saying is going to pick up the slack when he's not playing.
Frank,
so 100%.
Frank, would you back United to finish top four if Rashford's out the rest of the way?
It's a question mark. Last time I was in the show, I said that the four at front will remain the same. But it's true that if Rashford cannot play the rest of the season, it's they can have some doubts because Tottenham is just behind. Yes, Manchester United has one game in hand, but still, if you don't have the guys scoring, and I know what I'm talking about because most of the time I talk about Chelsea, yeah, it's a problem. If you don't score goals in football, that's a problem. So if you don't have Marcus Rashford, yeah, it's going to become a problem for Manchester United for sure.
Yeah, you can't overstate his importance to this team, can you?
Outside of Erling Haaland, and perhaps Martin Odegaard, tell me a player who has been better than Marcus Rashford. And I would argue that behind Erling Haaland, he's probably the player of the season. Yeah, clearly important, clearly productive, clearly going to be missed.
So.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.